Hello. Afternoon. It is 1 o'clock. I'm just getting, like I usually do, just a one a day. I woke up at almost 12 o'clock to what's going on outside. This is not sunshine, by the way, behind me. I do not know why this computer makes it look like that. It has been raining since yesterday when I got off my vlog. It has poured and poured and poured. I've got ponds on top of ponds of water, and I started recording this, and then a flash flood. It soaked my tablecloth. Had to get that all removed and everything. My mailman. Oh, I can't see that flasher. That drives me nuts. Sorry about that. But let's see here. Sleep. But like I said yesterday, yesterday during my post, the day before I tried the other form of CBD, and I only did very little, and I do mean a very small inhale, and it did not help. And that was, what is today? And that would have been Monday. I did a small inhale, and it didn't work. And I told you guys yesterday afternoon or whenever I posted that video, I was going to maybe try a little bit more to see if it would help with my legs. So I did 2 small little inhales. It touched everything right down to my screaming lumbar and lower part, my last thoracic vertebrae. It got that. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, when is it going to get my legs? Because it seems like at nighttime is when my legs attack me. The crushing, the jumping muscles and everything. I'm like, when is it going to hit? When is it going to hit? So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, it's not affected. It at least got all the way to my hips and stuff, but was not going where I needed it to get. And you can't do it from feet up. You got to do it from head down. So I'm like, okay, let's see. So I sat there with husband's supervision and did another one. That would be 3 small inhales. I'm like, okay, let's see how 3 works. Let me get me 15, 20 minutes and let's see how it works. So come to find out, it actually takes 4 small inhales for me to get my legs not to just completely stop, but to ease off where it is tolerable to go to bed. And then when I went to bed, here's what I'm having to do now. My poor husband has been working now 14 days straight, no days off. Wake up at 3, come home at 9, get up at 3 again and go again, because they missed their deadline last week. Like I said, he was supposed to be gone, but he came home because I was ill. And then he could stay down there this week, but it's just, I'm an in and out. He would, but he's pretty much put it like, listen, one day you're fine, one day you are on death's door, or 4 days on death's door, and then I don't need to be down there, and you really need me to take care of you, whether I'm sick or he's feeling bad or whatever. So he's took the option of saying no more staying down there unless it's really far out of state. He'll come home every night. Now, yes, mind you, it's late when he comes home, 9. Sometimes, I think the latest one was 9:30, 9:40 something. Hades, comment. Yeah, I'll talk about them in a minute. You're not invited into this conversation. No. But so they're hoping, the way they're talking, this will be their second week. No, by next week they'll be, what is next week? 4th of July, I think. Yeah. Next week is 4th of July weekend. So this will be his 3rd week working straight, all Saturdays and Sundays, nonstop, no time off. So he's took, and I mean, if he stayed down there, he'd get an extra 2-3 hours of sleep. But he's opted not to because of my constant in and out. One day fever, then I'm sick, then I'm good, then I'm not. It's So he's opted to do that. But I don't even know why I was discussing him. I don't even remember why. But I really don't. Oh yeah, so he was home last night. Sorry, my brain is not really with it. Oh, and it really isn't. So, I ended up doing, took 4 to get it, and then I went to bed, and I'm like, okay, it's still just not working. I could feel it working, but it wasn't working enough for me to be able to go, his legs laying on me, nothing. So I'm like, okay, let me get a body pillow. So I took a body pillow. You guys know what body pillows are. Folded it over into just one big old body pillow. Put it right up underneath where my butt cheeks are. And it literally would go to my, what are these things called? Knees. And then I lay my legs on it. And it gave enough pressure or relief where they stopped doing what they're doing, their own painful party mix. So I'm like, okay. It's a cell phone. It's a cell phone. It's just a cell phone. It's been a crazy day. Okay, so I figured out, I'm like, okay, baby, from now on, I said, so tonight, I said, instead of doing 4, which it don't, listen, guys, this is one of the, I've got a pain version, and then I've got the anxiety, I've got the pain version. I'm waiting on the fatigue one, for the fatigue and the energy to get that one in. That's the Charlotte's Web one, one of the indicas, and then the Strevias. So I've got those coming in, but right now what I have is for pain, but I'm trying to figure out how much of what I need for depending on the circumstance. So I said, well, baby, it took 4 last night plus a pillow. So tonight, I'm going to say, I told him, I said, let me try 3. Go back to doing 3. Instead of 1, we know it don't work. 2, it don't work. 3 and 4 somewhere. So I said, let me do 3 tonight and the pillow and see if that gives me the same results. I said, if it don't, I will get up. I will do 1 more small inhale. That will be 4. And then I know I can go to bed. When I finally did get relaxed, get calmed down, my body just had to just melt. It has to. Because when I go to bed, I'm so jobbed up, and it's not because of what I had to do. It's not like the Benadryl. I take Benadryl, I'm bouncing, and some people pass out. But, so I'm going to figure out a little if it's going to be 3 in a pillow or 4 in a pillow tonight again. Because I know 4 in a pillow worked, but it didn't make nothing wrong with me. It kept me asleep where it finally just calmed me down, shut me down, let me sleep. No side effects, no bad side effects the next morning. Alright, that's over. I know this is a long video, and I'm sorry. There's so much going on today. Really, it has been thundering and lightning non-stop. Since yesterday when I vlogged. Pouring rain. I can't believe it's actually stopped real quick because we got another big old band coming in. And I was out here on the porch earlier, and I don't know why I was out here on the front yard, and I looked down the road, my main driveway here, and there was lines, like big old sticks, all the way down the road, all the way down it, from where my yard ends, right there. My main yard is what I call it. That way. I'm like, what is that? So I put on my jacket, and I walked down there. Copperheads. Copperheads. All down my road. Copperheads crossing from my backfield. Well, let me explain, because it's 10 acres. It's my main yard, which is this one. And then I've got acreage behind me. That's mine field. And then I got the farmhouse right here on the other side of my... No, I got a small field, a farmhouse, and then more field that I mow. Well, it is flooded so much. It has obviously flooded them out of their, wherever they are in their holes, and they're crossing the road. I'm like, oh my God. My sister-in-law told me when she was a kid, every time they mowed, there was rattlesnakes, or every time it rained, rattlesnakes. Tons and tons of rattlesnakes, which I've not seen yet. Knocking on wood there, because it's all I need. This is nothing but copperheads. And I mean copperheads, not black snakes or any of that. Copperheads. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I did dumb, I did stupid, but hey, I got my keys to my car. Got in it, packed up, got right to where my end of my main yard I mow, which I call yard, and then play yard is everywhere else, which I ain't gonna go no more. Got in my car and got right here to the end of where my main yard ends. Boom, 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 boom. Running them over. And then I go to the end of the road. I turn around in my neighbor's driveway and come back. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, there was a good 6 copperheads going down my, and I mean, they were long. And not these little babies. I mean, they were long. So, I've got about 3 of them on the side of the road dead up here. The other one's squiggled off onto that side of the property. And I'm like, and it's pouring rain. I'm like, oh my God, if they're crossing out of my main field into the old farmhouse, in the farmhouse yard, from the field to the farmhouse yard across the road, how many have went from my backfield here and are in my yard crossing? Got my dogs out in the backyard. They're in their dog house. It's about 1.5 feet, 2 foot up off the ground. But I mean, you can't get, nothing can get under it, okay? It's literally from the ground about 1.5 feet up. Where my Shih Tzu has a homemade built step because it's so hot, it's too tall for her, so she has to use the homemade step to get in. And I'm thinking, they're going to try and get into their doghouse. If they're being flooded out of the field, and I know if they're coming out of that, they're coming in my yard. So, mindless to say, here's the brats. Well, there's one brat. Stop chewing. Then the other one, my Shih Tzu, Pandora, she's right here under. She's underneath my chair right here. So, brought them in because, not only because of the snakes, and I didn't need them to get bit, because she got bit last year. I think I let you guys know that, right here on the face, and I about lost her. So, I'm like, let me bring them in, but not only that, it is literally a pond in the back. Look at all these frogs. So, I'm like, yeah, you can't, it's so flooded back there, even in their dog pen area, which, you know, Tennessee don't have flat land. It's just all everywhere. And, I mean, it was a swamp through the whole back. I mean, like, up to my ankle swamp. I'm like, usually I have to grab him and put him on a leash and bring him all the way around. I just opened the gate. I said, Pandy, Hades, home, home. That's all I said. Straight in the house. It's like, no, we don't care. Let us get in. Put him on the back porch, cleaned off the feet, and said, okay, come in. You're on the front porch. At least you're protected on the front porch. I don't have to worry about the snakes getting at you. I don't have to hear you barking all night long because the coyotes are playing out in my backfield. So, you know, and that was that. But yeah, good 6 or more copperheads crossing my road. So, and I've not really been out, so I could only imagine how many's in my main play yard that I let my grandbabies play in that is crossed. So, they're on the front porch. There's that. I've already told you guys about the CBD. Oh, and now what is it? This is Wednesday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I got 5 days and my Oopie Loopie gets here. I'm so wanting it so bad. 5 days and Oopie Loopie with the steam box. I mean, with the herbal box and all. And the little foot massagers and all that good stuff. Also, the one thing I am going to try, and I've only done it once and it gave me a bad reaction. It made me freeze. You guys know this because I recorded it. I'm going to try and do a foot soak tonight to see if that might help detox some of the bad juju going on up in my legs. And see how much that will help. No, sir. No, sir. Sorry, guys. And see if that helps with all this bad juju going on up in my crushing bones and stuff tonight. As you know, tomorrow is the full moon. It is also known as the strawberry moon. It was called the strawberry moon from the Algonquins. They're the largest known, which I actually didn't know, so they're not that known, largest Indian tribe in North America, the Algonquins. They're the ones that called it the strawberry moon. It also, because it gave them the going, okay, the wild berries are ripened to pick. Now, my blackberries are not ready to pick. My raspberries are from my raspberry bushes, but not my blackberries. It's also known as the hot moon because it rises with the start of summer. It's also called the hay moon or the honeymoon, as you know, the hay, which if you notice, if you have people that do hay, you could tell. The Europeans, they also call it the strawberry moon or the buck moon because it turns a crimson red tonight. Even though it's not full moon tonight, it's almost the full moon. So tonight, depending on your flare, you can go outside and look, and it looks crimson red. So it's also known as a crimson red moon. But that's tonight. It will be exactly a full moon at 12:15 tomorrow night, which would actually be Friday. If you think about it, midnight's a new day. So, but it signals that the time is right to harvest ripe wild berries. Let's see here. I'm trying to think here. It is also known as the midway point of the 2018 lunar calendar, which, you know, because next month is also known as, I can't remember it, Thunder Moon, because next month we got constant moons. But that's the moon thing. Today, if I talk about how I feel, well, I slept again till almost 12 o'clock. The only issue I've gotten this month through this flare, my tendinitis, or some people know it as it's carpal tunnel syndrome, but before you get carpal tunnel syndrome, you actually can get tendinitis. Now, I have it in both wrists, because when I lived in Florida, I worked at the telephone cable company, TECE, TIB, TBI, where we made the big old round, we put the cable together. So by doing that and the constant turning and everything, it gave me tendinitis a long time ago. But it's been a very long time since it's acted up. But my tendinitis, and it's just from here, this bone, as you can see it right there, and it goes up into these two fingers. And it hurts. So, I mean, I can do it. I can do my wrist this way. This way. But I cannot do it, and I'm going to have to do it this way. I can't do it that way on this one. So my tendinitis started acting up yesterday, and I'm like, what in the world? I've not felt this in years. So that is something I've not had to deal with in a very long time, and it's aggravating, and I don't have my tendinitis band for it that'll compress it. So I'm like, well, I'll go dig up an ace bandage, and I'll wrap it, because that's the only thing that'll help. Other than that, it's just now stopped raining. But it has rained and rained and rained and rained and rained, and I've got so sick all bad. But yeah, tonight, if you look outside, or whatever, it's known as the crimson moon tonight, where it'll look crimson red, but tomorrow is the full moon. My effects, like I said, I think my legs are due to the full moon. I really do, because it wasn't doing it until this week, or this week, past weekend, on. So I really do think it's that. I will say, like I said, I'm still learning how much CBD and how much of the other I've got to take, which I know the non-CBD, I got to take at night recently, just to get, that's why I've not been up, insomnia, because it's actually helping me. But it takes a little bit for my body to just calm down and wind down. But it does help me sleep. But I'm having to find the right concoction for these poor legs of mine. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's just too wet to do anything. It's like 67, 68 degrees due to the rain. I'm just going to chill for the rest of the day, and wait for the next storm to come in. But, I mean, I'm okay. I'm stable right now. I've took my medicines. I do know I am herxing off that Japanese knotweed. So, like I said, I've got to build up. Now, it recommends me, and I know, Bill, you take it. I don't know who else does. But I know it recommends 2 a day. And I can't remember the milligrams it's on the bottle. I really can't. And I'm starting off with 1. Even though it says when I work up to the 2, what would you recommend? Do I keep with just once I get to the 2, stay at 2 a day? Or can you up it? So somebody needs to answer that question, because there's so many different answers when I ask the question. Some people go, well, I'll take 4. Some people say I take 3, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm like, well, which one is it? So now versus the old versus the pill form of it. So anybody who's got any ideas on, because what it says is 2 a day. But I'm at 1 right now. So any info on that, please leave a comment. What are you doing, nutcase? Other than that, I'm just going to relax, enjoy the rest of the day before the next storm comes in. Hopefully everybody is managing this full moon crap. Which, like I said, mine hits me at night. I'm okay, and then in the afternoon I start feeling it. So, excuse me. They've not been on this front porch in a long time, and he's going nuts. Other than that, hopefully you find your shimmy, your shake, your sprinkle, your sparkle, or your silver lining. There is no sunshine today, so I can't find that. But I'm okay. I'm managing through it. I'm having to get in my toolbox and do a lot of toolboxing to manage this week. Other than that, I'm alive and I'm blessed, and my prayers are out to everybody who are not able to function this week, this minute, this day, this hour. Other than that, I love you guys. God bless, and tune in tomorrow.